Okay, so yeah, this is class 3. Wait, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So a review from last week, let's quickly do that. Who can tell me what is an object and class? It's like a general understanding of it in Java. Uh, Anyone? Ritwik?
Um,
No? Okay. So, okay. So an object and class. So Java is an object-oriented programming language. So that's why it's based on objects and classes. That's the main way that we are able to essentially do things in Java. So a class, you can think of it like a blueprint. So when you write a class in Java, we put usually two things. We put attributes and methods. So attributes are like variables. So any of the variables we use them for attributes. But methods are functions. So methods are like, you guys remember how we wrote the star method, right? So those are all uh, um, those are all methods that we put in a class. So let's say I created a class like dog or something, right? And I created this class in Java, and now I want to actually like get a value from it. So let's say I wanted to see like the speed of a dog, right? So right now as a blueprint, you can't really do anything with that dog. Right now it gives you like maybe the breed, the color. I think there's a, let me see if there's a diagram for this. So yeah, this is one of the diagrams. A class will have attributes and methods. So attributes would be the variable. So when we create an object from the class, it receives all those attributes and methods. Okay. And this is the example I was trying to give. So if you were to create a class called dog, and inside the class we put breed, size, age, and color. These would be your attributes or variables. And we'd have methods, eat, sleep, sit, and run. So if we were to make objects out of these, then we essentially assign those. So when we said, okay, dog, so the way you create a new object is called the, and there's a line that we use. So it's dog equal, so you can say dog equals new dog. So dog and then the name of your dog, name of your object equals to new dog. That's called the constructor line. And we use that to create an object. So when we make that object, we define different things. So we define the variables. So breed, size, age, and color, we define each of them. So now that we've defined each of the attributes, we can also access the methods. So if any one of the dogs I wanted to like access the eat method and put in something there, then I could do that. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so now somebody explain it to me. Um, what about Charvi? Can you explain it to me? Hello, Charvi?
Hello?
Yeah, can you explain this to me? Objects and classes?
So basically you define what the object is at the descriptions of the object,
Uh-huh.
and then the classes are it'll like what kind of details there are.
Okay, kind of. So when I create an object out of a class, what line do I use? What's that called?
I don't.
That's called the constructor. Okay, that's called constructor line. So what about okay, so yeah, that's basically classes. Again, it'll make more sense once we use it in code. So I want you guys to do the same thing that I did. So make your own. So give me a verbal example of like a class and object. Okay, so just take like a couple, like 30 seconds to think about that. Just create a class and an object. What would you like? Yeah, so give me an example of that. Okay, can somebody tell me an example? Ara or Vidushi, can you give me an example of a object in class?
Like a car.
Okay, so car would be the name of your class.
Yeah.
So what's inside car?
The car has attributes.
Mm-hmm.
Like its weight,
Okay.
color, type.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. What else would you have in car?
Motor,
Okay.
wheels.
Uh-huh. What about, so now what's the other thing? You have attributes. What else do you need?
The class.
Yeah, so inside the class we have two things. What is that? It's attributes and methods.
Mm-hmm.
So if you use your car example, what would you put for your method?
Oh, like how you would brake.
Yeah, that would be like in a method, yeah. So then, and what's inside your object?
The blueprint.
No. So the class is a blueprint.
Oh.
Okay, so you guys understand that the object is being made from the class, right? So if the object is being made from the class, the object will have all the variables that the class does.
Wait, so it's like, for example, like if you say a cat or something, like is that like a class, and then the different breeds are like part of the class because they have like the same like
Not exactly. So like if I made a variable called breed inside my class, right?
yeah.
Then all of the then when I make an object, I can give different dogs different breeds.
Oh,
So if I
okay.
created like dog 1, I could give it like a certain breed, right? I
Oh,
could say breed equal to whatever.
oh.
Yeah. Okay. So can somebody else give me an example? Arish, can you give me an example of a class and object?
Okay, so we can have a class, like say the class can be like a student. So inside the class, we would have like objects. So we would have, for at the top of my head, I can say two things. So one object can be the ID and the other can be the name. So you have like a certain string of numbers as the ID, and that would be a constructor or constrictor. And you can have like method, I guess you can implement methods like where the student is at the current moment or what classes the student takes.
Good. Yeah, that's a pretty really good example. Yeah. So only thing is a constructor. So if you have this student class like Arsh mentioned, so like let's take Arsh's example. Like so like, let's say we had this student class, right? And we had this thing called the student ID. So inside the class, all you would put is, for example, int student ID. Okay? That's all that you would put in the class. When you construct the class and make it an object, so you say um, like student 1 equals to new student. That's the constructor line. Then we can say the ID. So then you say ID dot student or student 1 dot ID. So that's how you say it. So once you take the object name, you write dot, and then you write your variable, whatever your variable is. So if we use Arsh's example and we create an object called student1 out of the student class, then we say student1 dot ID, which is the variable we created in the class, is equal to whatever number. Does that make sense? It's kind of confusing.
So
But
with the student1.id, you're telling the program to assign the ID to that student, right?
exactly. We're telling the program assign this number to the variable ID inside that object. Because you could create multiple objects, right? I can make student 2, I can make student 1, I can make student 3. So then if I want to assign different IDs, I say student1.id equals something something, student 2.id equals something something, student 3.id equals something something, like that.
Wait, so is the class name a student?
Yes.
Okay, so wait, I have a question. Can you have multiple classes and each has a main method? I mean, if you have multiple classes and each has a main method, so all of those main methods will run?
They each have a main method. There's only one. So for each class, they have one main method. Yeah.
So then if you have multiple...
No. It won't. So like, let's say I made like 3 classes, right? And then inside of that, I have a main method. So the main method, and so if I have 3 classes, right? And then inside another like one main method, I run all 3 classes. Then it won't run the main method of that class because that's not where the object is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait, so what if... Can you have different class... Can you have more than one class in the same program?
I can. Yeah. Yes, you can.
Okay, so what I mean is that, say you have public class like student and then public class like...
Sorry, in the same program or same project?
Same program.
Not in the same program per se.
Oh, okay, so now I get it.
So like you can extend a class, so you can get no. So the answer to your question is no. So if I have like here, let me share my screen. I have this public class main. This is my class, right? If I were to create an object from this class and everything, I cannot make another class. I can't say after this I can't write public class something else.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you have to create a new. Sorry, and what I meant is this is a project, right? I'm inside this project Java class too. Inside of this, obviously, I can make as many classes I want to.
Yeah, so if you make a new project, then you can make another class.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And remember, I can, like, let's say I make a new one, right? Like I make a new Java class. I can bring that class into this class, right? Because it's a public class.
With import?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so
when you make a class like over here, you say public class main. When you make it public, you make it accessible from any file or any Java in that like project, right?
Yes. That's the point of that. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So yeah, okay, we went over this. Okay, so this is something I wanted to show you guys. When I'm making my class, so this is something that Ritik was talking about. Whenever I print this, right? So right here, I've made my class. Okay. So I've made my class over here, public class, my class, and inside of here, I said int x equals 5. So what have we had done here? We've made an attribute, right? We've made an attribute x equals to 5. Now, when I want to print this, let's say I want to print it inside my own class already, right? Then I go to the main method and my class object equals new my class. This line is very important. This is the constructor line. This is when this becomes an object. So the syntax for that is my class and then your object name equals to new my class. So nothing inside of here changes except for my object. This is the object name that you can name whatever you want to. And then this is same as this. My class over here is your class name.
Wait, so what becomes a constructor in this code?
So constructor is this line. It's known as a constructor line. And what the constructor line does is it takes the class and makes it an object. So from this line forward, my object is now an object of my class.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Right? So now, remember I told you guys, like you say the object name dot x. So that's what I put over here. So system.out.println my object dot x. So whatever object it is dot x.
Wait, could you write x instead of my object.x, or do you have to write my object?
You have to write my object dot x. So if you're talking about, because we can make multiple objects, right? So technically over here you could put x because we only have one. But let's say I made my object, my class, my object 2 equals new my class. Then let's say we change the variable. You say like my object dot x equals 7. So to print an individual one, you need to change it. Does that make sense?
Wait, so you're saying if you have my object 1 and my object 2, and you said int x equals 5, so you saying if you do my object dot x equals 7, then the my object 2 will still have it as 5.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
Did everybody understand what he said?
Yeah.
Okay, can somebody explain to me what he was talking about? Dia, or no, Ritvik Prasad, I haven't heard for you. Can you explain what Ritvik was talking about with that?
You can wait. So you have to do my object.x, right?
Yeah, what was he saying about the x integer x would stay 5? Okay, so let me explain it. So sorry. Oops. Okay. So again, you guys remember that my class integer x equals 5. So when you create a class and you create an object, what happens to the variables in the class? Can somebody answer that? If I create a class with an variable, what happens to the variable? Dia, do you know?
No, I don't get it.
Okay. Which part do you now get?
Like how it turns into my object and then
Okay. So okay, let me 1 second. Wait, 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to take out all of this. Okay. You guys remember that this is a class, right?
Yeah.
So inside this class, I have nothing right now, right? Nothing. So just think of this as a fresh blueprint, right? There's nothing on it. Just a name on the top that says main. Okay, just visualize that. Okay. Then let's say, okay, I want to make a car. Okay, so I said, for a car, what do I need? I said, okay, I want to have the wheel size, right? Wheel size, integer wheel size equals to 3. Okay, somebody else giving me something else.
Speed.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay, so I said integer speed equals to 60. Okay, I have these two variables that I've made in my blueprint. I've just written it down on my blueprint. Okay, now I said, okay, so now let's say I did some sketches and everything, and now I'm ready to create my car. Okay, so when you're ready to create your car, remember that everything you're doing on the front end of the program, everything you want to be done, want to be ran by the code, not compiled. Everything you want the code to run, you have to put in the main method. So everything, let's say you want done physically, right? If we go down by the car, you want the car to be made physically. So that's why you wanted to put it inside the main method. So I do public static void main string. Oh, sorry. Main string args. Right. Okay. So now I have, so until this part, who understand? Can you, did you guys write this down? Can you guys, does everybody have their IDE open?
Yeah.
yeah,
So everybody has this written down?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So somebody, I want, actually, Dia, can you explain me what I've done right now?
So you've laid out the blueprint,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're going to start making like the car.
Yeah. So what's right now on my blueprint?
The integer wheel size and integer speed.
Perfect. So now, now Dia, if I created an object, what happens to these integer wheel size and integer speed?
I think they will be applied to the object.
Exactly. Perfect. So now when I have my actual car, my wheel size will be 3. And my speed, I mean, it won't, I don't know how safe that would be, but your speed would be 60. Or let's make this 0. Okay, awesome. Who else can? Charvi, give me another variable and tell me, yeah, give me another variable, Charvi.
Size.
5? It's like, give me another attribute that I could put inside my class.
Color.
Okay, sure. An integer or a string? You need string, right? So string, or you don't have to make color equal to, sorry,
Isn't it str?
str. No, I think that's just, no, you gotta write string color equal to. str is when you want to convert it into strs you use when you want to convert.
No, wait, isn't it char? I mean, char.
Char is for character.
Oh, so just one?
Yeah, but she said color. Which color, Charvi? Just say red. Oh, sorry. Things like this. Okay, so you guys understand this until this part? Now, okay.
Yeah.
Anybody need re-explaining until this part? So Vidushi, what will happen to all these attributes I've created?
These are the variables.
Mm-hmm. So what happens to them when I create an object?
Then the wheel size is going to be 3, the speed's going to be 0, and the color is going to be red.
Yes. Okay. So, okay, 1 second. One second. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. So now let's create a object. So now, if I want to create this object, now I want to create my car. I say main. So my class name. Imagine this is car right now, right? Main car1 is equal to new main. I've just created an object. What is the name of my object? Can somebody tell me?
R1.
Yeah. The name of my object is car1. Okay. So now, what are the 3 things that car has right now? What about Ritvik Prasad? Tell me, what are the 3 things that my car1 has?
It has the wheel size, speed, and color.
And what is, right now, what is the wheel size?
3.
Okay. So all of these variables are currently applied to this, right? Okay. So everything makes sense to here, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, from car1, yeah.
When I typed in main, it highlighted it in red.
Is your class name main? Up here, is it main?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, so whatever it is up here, guys, you need it. This is your class name. Remember, public class, whatever this is, that's your class name. Okay. Okay, main car1 equals to new main. So now I have created the object of car1, which has these 3 items. So now let me ask a question. I want to create a new variable called, I want to, like, number of wheels, let's say. Can I just write that here right now? Can I say integer number of wheels?
Yeah, you can, but I don't think it'll be in the object.
Yeah. So to bring this new variable inside the object, what do I have to do, Dia?
This variable inside the object. What do you do?
You use you use the you have to define it.
Yeah, but where do I define it?
Define it in the class.
Right. Why do I have to define in the class?
Have to define it in the class. So yeah,
But remember, yeah, okay, that's fine. So remember, whatever we write inside the class gets copied over to the object.
Oh, okay.
Right? So if we want to add this new variable to the object, we have to put it in the class. So that I would write it here. Okay?
Yeah.
So now I want to interact with these variables, okay?
Wait, I have a question. Why is there in like main car1 equals new main parentheses? Why is there parentheses in that main, but in the public class main there's no parentheses?
Oh, because sometimes what we want to do is if the variables are not defined here, sometimes we have to pass it through over here.
Oh, so if you wanted like only color and speed, you can write color comma speed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. So now I'm gonna. So yeah, let's just. Okay. I want to now. I'll ask you guys. So now I want to change the variable of wheel size to 4 in my object. How do I do that? I don't want to change it. So okay, let's say I make another. I want to make another. Okay. I want to change the variable. I want to change the wheel size of car 1 to 5. How do I do that? Arish, how do I do that?
So you first have to what I do remember is that you have to have car 2, and then you have to have dot the wheel size, and then you specify it. But I forgot what comes before it.
Yeah, so you're right. So if I want to change something now, let's say I want to change car 1. So if I want to change car 1
car1 dot whatever
wheel size, and I want to make this 4, 5. That's it. So now, if I do this, what will happen?
It will print out 5.
It'll print out 3.
Why will it print out 3, Ritvik?
Because you said car1 dot wheel size and equals 5, but that's only in car1, and you have to, if you want it to print 5, you have to do car2 dot wheel size because it's already defined. So car2's wheel size is still 3, while car1's wheel size has been updated to 5.
Exactly. Does that make sense to you guys? I changed wheel size of car 1, of just car 1. You guys understand? Okay, so car 1, okay, so again, if we go back to the car example, you guys have to think about literally right now, like on that, think of like a factory, right, that they make the cars. So right now, think of you had that blueprint in front of you. Now you have these 2 physical cars in front of you, right? Both are exactly alike. They're exactly what you made in the blueprint. They have the wheel size of 3. They have 0 speed. They're both colored red. Now, if I want to change the wheel size of your car 1 to 5, that's what I write. I said car 1 that wheel size equal to 5. So I changed car 1's wheel size, but I didn't change car 2. You guys got that? Right now, your second car is still exactly how you first created it.
Yeah, I get that, but I have a question. So when you made car1 and car2, you made C capital. Do you have to make that capital?
Oh, like the name of it?
Yeah.
No. That's anything. You can. I didn't make this capital for any specific reason. No.
Okay.
This makes sense, guys. This is a very important topic. So I just want to make sure that you guys are understanding this. It's okay if you're not. It's a pretty difficult topic. But if you don't understand it, like right now, I'll ask you guys to make your own classes and objects in the code. So does anybody have any doubt?
It's not exactly related to right here, but can you say in the main class you specified the wheel size is 3, and then now you're in car1 dot wheel size, you're changing it to 5. Can you change it to a string? Like say you want to change wheel size to 5 written in a string format.
Okay, so First of all, Arish, we didn't define wheel size in the main method. Okay, make sure about that, just because like you want to make sure it's clear in your mind. We defined wheel size in the class.
Yeah, I meant the class named main. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Sorry, yeah. But to answer your question, no, because we've already assigned we've already assigned the object int wheel size. We've already made it an integer. We can't remake it into a yeah, you can't make it a string.
You can't like change it from an integer to a string. Like over here, you said string color equals to red. Can't you change it to a string in the main method?
Oh yeah, over here I can. Yeah, definitely. I can just change it to string over here. Right? I could do string and then make this. I could do that. Right? But there's no value of doing that, because now if I want to interact with wheel size, like if I wanted to say circumference, right? Like let's say this is wheel diameter. Right? And I say that equals to 3. And if I want to interact with it and make it like circumference, now I can't do that because it's a string. Does that make sense? Why you wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah.
Wait, can you temporarily change it? Like, say you want to actually, like, for some reason you want to turn it into a string, then can you, like, in your calculation, can you just temporarily, or like in your calculation, can you temporarily convert it to an integer so you can complete your calculation, but then leave it as a string later?
You can do it the other way. You can temporarily make an integer a variable. An integer a string, but not the other way. It's more difficult for the computer to do the other way, because an integer it recognizes and it can convert to string, but a string if it doesn't recognize it as an integer, it's kind of hard to turn into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind
Like
of.
it knows it's a number, so it can turn it to a string, but it doesn't. If you just give it a string, it doesn't know that's a number.
Yeah, I kind of get it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can only do it one way. You can temporarily make an integer a string.
What would be the use of that?
I've actually used that before. Sometimes when you do a lot of calculations, not a lot of calculations, sorry. So you can't, it's actually very useful. You can't just print a wheel. You can't just print a print. Sometimes you can't just print a integer. If I do system.out.println.
But like right now, you literally printed card 2 dot wheel diameter. Like you printed that.
Yeah, right now I literally can. If I did something else, what did I do? Oh.
Wait, why is your wheel diameter 3 in quotation marks?
Because I made it a string.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So you guys understand that? Sorry, wait, what was your question?
So like when you have can you change a wheel diameter to be an int instead of a string?
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah, why would you change it? Because sometimes if I want to print it, like, okay, let's see if it works right now. Okay, sometimes if I do this, if I do integer wheel diameter equals, so if I do this, if I multiply the wheel diameter by something else like 3 or something, and I make it a new variable, it might not let me print it. It might just show me the location of the variable.
what do you mean location of the variable?
It might just show me the location in the memory of your computer. It's very weird. It does that sometimes. I'll show you after class if you want to. It's kind of weird, yeah. But does everybody understand this concept?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is anybody not like if right now if I ask you guys to make your own classes, yeah.
Mine is giving me an error on my screen.
Okay,
Wait, so
you can
I'll
share
just
your screen.
I'll just read the error if you can. It
Or
just
can you share
okay.
your screen?
Okay, sure. I'll share my screen. 1 second. Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna ask everyone to make their own classes then now.
Here. Okay, so you can see like my code, and in my output, it says it says in this line it cannot find the symbol of main.
Yeah,
It shows
so
main.
that's the same thing that Vidushi had an issue in. So main, the syntax is class name, object name equals new class name, parentheses. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Okay, I figured that out now.
Okay, so everybody open a new class, and I want you guys to do exactly that. I can share my screen.
Wait, what should be like? Is there any specific thing we should do, or
No, I want you guys to do whatever you want. Like you don't have to use the same car example, but what I want you guys to do is make any name you want. Make it something meaningful, like based on yours. If you're doing car, do car. If you're doing like dog, do dog, for example. I want you guys to create 3 attributes. They don't have to be, they can be anything they want. And then I want you guys to create 2 objects from it, like we're doing here. And I want you to like change 2 variables and print one. Okay, so
where do you want to change the 2 variables in like?
Sorry, what?
Where should we change the variables? Do we change both in one, or do we like do one in each, or do we?
I don't really mind.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So everybody understands the assignment?
Yeah.
Is this the homework?
No, we're doing this right now.
Oh.
We can still do car, right?
Yeah. If you can, try not to though. It'll be like a bit better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just try to. Yeah. I don't want you guys to exactly copy, but if it makes you easier to understand, then yeah, there's no problem.
Wait, I have a question. I have a question. So if I have the class's house, can I make the object also called house?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because one, it's like personally, it's like bad practice because like if you're working with someone, like why would you do that, right? It doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
I think it might create some problem when you write the code. So yeah, for your homework, I'll have you guys do essentially the same thing, but I'll have you guys do it with a method. Remember how I mentioned that we can have methods and attributes? So yeah. Let me know if you guys are having any issues.
What do you mean in a method for a homework?
So right now you guys are just creating variables, correct?
Yeah.
I want you guys to be creating a method inside of the class and then using that method in
Oh.
the object.
Okay.
So I'll show you guys how to do
So
that.
it's the same syntax.
Kind of same syntax, yeah. Again, let me know if you guys need any help. This is a super important topic, so.
I think I finished it, but I'm...
Okay, 1 second. If anybody else is gonna, let me know.
Wait, are we supposed to change both, like two of them, or are we supposed to only change one?
Just change 2, yeah.
Wait, so when you said that so you said you can have like I can have another method in the main class and then I can call that method with the object that I made. So say I have like a method called move car in my car and then I do car1.move. So can I change that move in the car1
Is it a method or variable?
method?
And what do you want to change it to? You want to
So
change
I
the method?
change what it does.
No.
Okay.
No.
We're supposed to print only one of the conditions we changed, right?
Sorry, what?
Are we supposed to print both of the things we changed or only one?
Both or one? I don't know. What are you talking? Oh, variables?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can change both.
I think he means which one do we print? Like you did car2.wheel diameter. He's asking, I think, should we print all of the variables?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to. No, just print one variable. That's fine.
I have a question. So I'm like, you know how you, for the example you did car1 dot wheel diameter equals 5. I want to do that to more than one. So how can I do that?
You
Can't.
you want to change what? Sorry, can you say that again?
Like how you like change the car1 wheel diameter to
Yeah.
5. So I want to do it to more than one. So how do I do that?
So and you want to do it to a different object or a different variable?
No, yeah, I want to do it to a different object and variable.
Okay, so how many, did you already make 2 objects?
I made 3.
Okay, so what example are you doing?
I'm doing elephants.
Okay, so your class name is Elephant?
No, it's called class 3.
Oh, okay, so what is the 3 objects you've made?
Elephant 1, elephant 2, and elephant 3.
Okay, and what are the variables you've made?
I've done size, ear size, and then trunk size.
Okay, cool.
And then the string color is the gray.
And what? Oh, okay, so then you've also made color.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I wanted to do trunk size, so like let's say I said elephant 2
Yeah.
dot trunk size
Yeah.
equals to 17, something like that.
Yeah. So I want to do that to more than one elephant. So how do I do that?
Like in the same
I want
line?
to change different like elephants to different things. So how do I do that?
Oh, okay, so you want elephant 1, 2, and 3 to have different trunk sizes?
Yeah. And
Okay.
well, different like for example, I want elephant 1 to have like a bigger size than the other elephants.
Yeah, okay. So then you just do that. You say elephant 1 dot trunk size equals to 3, for
Yeah.
example. Then I would say elephant 2 dot trunk size equals to 2.
Oh, okay.
So when I do this, the trunk size of elephant 1 stays the same. It will still stay 3.
Okay, so when it comes to system.out.println, do I have to do that like separately? So like if I want to do something different, do I do it separately, or do I like do it all at the same time?
What you can do is you can, I think if you just put a comma in the middle of them, it'll print both of them.
Where exactly?
So, okay. Like share your screen.
Oh, okay. Here it is.
Yeah. So, 1 second. Okay. So yeah, what you can do is after elephant 3 dot ear size, write comma,
Comma right here or the
space,
space.
elephant 2 dot ear size.
Two.
Yeah, or can you actually, I think you need to put plus.
Where do I put plus?
Wait, give me 1 second. Let me just try it in my program. Oh, that just adds them, huh? Yeah, I guess you should do them in different lines then, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be better.
So for example, do I like do elephants 2 dot trunk size and then equals 9.
Oh,
what is this? Oh, okay, never mind. Let me fix it. Okay, sorry. So I do equal sign and then I do 9.
Yeah.
And then I do the system dot out dot print line, the same thing basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you put semicolon. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay. I'll stop
Perfect.
sharing now.
Yeah. Has everybody else got it? I want everybody just to really quick share their screen. I just want to make sure that you guys have done it.
I'm almost.
Okay, sure.
So
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So I've looked at Dia's. Hers is fine. Okay, house. String wall color equals red. Integer number of windows equals 5. Integer people living equals 4. Public static voice. House 1. equals to house. House of people living. Yep, perfect. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Next, Ritik Prasad, have you
Okay,
finished?
I'm almost done.
Okay, Charvi, did you do it? Okay, can you share your screen? Okay. So first thing, Charvi, you want to delete all the spaces above. Oh, Charvi, you're not. Okay. Okay, you see that you're not in the right. Okay. You saw where it says projects on the left? Click on that. Oh. Charvi, did you use this last week as well?
No,
You didn't? What were you using last week?
I was using a different device.
Oh, okay. Huh. Okay, click the drop down on the project. Like, you know where it says project above your yeah. Okay. Let me help you. Your code doesn't seem wrong, but you haven't made a Java program.
Wait, I think I saw something that like was that inner code. So like inner code, I think she defined the objects as plant, but she called them as bird.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Charvi, let me help you because you have not made a Java program. That's the issue.
He's in a .iml file, so
Yeah. Can you press X? Like just close the program. Like close this window. Yeah. Oh, it'll exit the program. Okay, no. Okay, open it again. Okay, Charlie, I'll come back to you. Let me help you. I think there might have been an issue when you made the project, but yeah. Can you stop sharing? Arish, can you share? Okay, bookworm. String, favorite series, integer, books, and series equals 8. Okay, yes, that is perfect. Very long, but yes, right. Okay, yeah. Correct. Good job. You can stop sharing. Vidushi, can you share?
Okay.
So main int legs equals 4, brown, okay. Dog one dot color. All right, perfect. Good job. Okay. So everyone has been able to do it. I'm just gonna share my screen for the methods. So what I want you guys to do is honestly just do this. So I want you guys to just oh wait, so this is how you create a method. So you guys remember how you make methods?
Yeah.
So
Public.
you want to here, I'm gonna take out this.
Wait,
just
don't you have
put
to make that public or never mind?
Oh yeah, you can make a public or anything. I'm just making it void for now. Public is fine. Public just makes it accessible to other classes. So anything doesn't matter. So I'm gonna make it void, and then void, and then I'm gonna make interior or void speed, sure, whatever, speed, right? So inside of speed, what I want is I want to take a input. So I'm gonna make it int distance something, I don't know, right? Or yeah. So I'm making a method, and then inside of that I am defining a function, defining a variable, distance, right? So now I'm inside the method. I'm saying system dot out println distance. Okay. And now when I call the method down here, so you know how when we use variables, we said car1.speed or car1.wheel diameter. Now what I'm doing is car1.speed, and I'm passing this variable. So I'm gonna pass 5. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Do you have to do distance colon 5, or can you just write 5?
Oh no, that's just the IDE did that for us.
Oh.
The IDE is just, it's able to recognize that. So I didn't write that. It just did that for us. Again, IDE makes it easier for us to read, right? So yeah, the IDE just did that. Okay. Yeah, once you guys are okay with that, so that'll be your homework. You guys can do this for homework. I'll post this and some more instructions on how to write it in the homework section.
Do we have to do the distance in it, or like do we have to pass a parameter in it?
Yeah, I want you
Okay.
guys to pass a parameter in it. Yeah. Yeah, I
Great.
might, yeah, I'll let you guys know. I might add some little bits, something else to it as well, but this will most likely be it. So yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty much it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So like on your last line before like the 2 like brackets, you wrote system dot out dot println car2. You put a plus in between. So are we supposed to do that?
No. So when I did this, look, so you see how wheel diameter is an integer?
Yeah.
So what it would have done is it's just gonna do 3 plus 3.
Mm.
Because car2 wheel diameter and car1 are the same thing, it'll just do 3 plus 3. It'll print out 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So that wasn't what you wanted, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it. I'm just gonna, I think only Charvi I need to look at. I need to help her figure that out. But the rest of you, if you guys don't have any more questions, your class is over. You can leave now.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.